Agribility. To me, it's a really interesting word because it has great meaning. First of all, we're going to take agriculture and then we're going to mesh it with abilities. In Missouri, we don't focus on your disability. We focus on the ability. What can you do at the end of the day?
I am the primary caretaker of our 330-acre cattle farm, and this you're probably wondering what in the world is going on with the wheelchair and being a cattle farmer. But nearly 12 years ago, I was hit by a drunk driver, and the injuries that I sustained just, stopped me immediately. It was like I hit a brick wall. I have had 13 reconstructive surgeries to try to get my pelvis and my lower legs to work again to, help me stand for a certain period of time. So I can walk a certain amount of steps during the day. Honestly, working on a cattle farm is not ideal because especially whenever it's rainy or it's frozen, you're gonna have these frozen hoof prints in the ground. And me, both of my ankles are fused. I don't have that ability to bring myself back if I start to tip over. So we have figured out a way for me to do that work. I do it in the same order every single day so that I know how many steps that I'm gonna be taking. I know how much energy it's gonna use. Like when I did the feed bags this morning, put the feed bags into the back of the Ranger. Instead of lifting them all the way from the ground surface up into the bed, we have it level so where I can just back straight up to that pallet of feed and then drag them straight over.
And these are the farmers in Missouri that despite the fact that life's happened to them, these are the folks that are going to keep going, the Carrie Pertels. If their ultimate dream is to continue in the world of agriculture, we're going to do anything and everything as a collected body of providing those wraparound services to keep her not only engaged in agriculture, we're going to help her scale up her operation, and then we're going to prevent that secondary injury. We're a family. We're going to be there to continue to help with Carrie as she plows ahead, and we're just blessed to be a part of that journey. And she's just one person that we work with. Every farmer comes with their own unique story. Not all disabilities allow for you to continue on the career path that you had first chosen. So they have to then figure out what's going to be next best for them, because we all have that ability to work and continue to work in the world of agriculture. What we lack is that information or the resources, the financial support. What we lack is the adapted and assisted devices that Carrie got. And so that is where this whole team comes into play to make that happen.
When I really started losing mobility, they got me this thing called the Journeyman. And it is basically a farm scooter. So it's a tank, it's heavy, it's got bars around it so that I can accidentally run into things and not hurt it, or I can use it to push certain things in the barn that I couldn't lift myself but needed to be moved. There are all kinds of adaptations that they're like, when you get to this point, we're ready for you, we've got you covered. That first year after my car crash was the hardest mental struggle that I have ever had. Everybody else could see my physical struggle that I was going through, the injuries, but I am telling you, the mental and the emotional struggle was every bit as difficult as what my physical injuries were causing me. That's my whole message. It's a moment in time. Tomorrow's a new day. Look back every few weeks, every few months, see where you were and see where you are now. And you can actually see the progress that you've made. And that continues to propel yourself forward. And then one day you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm okay. I've got this now. If you keep doing the work, you're gonna get there. I promise. I'm a living testimony of it.